Welcome back to the Dashing Investor YouTube channel, where we're all about finding the best strategies to increase our income from Doordash. So yeah, today guys, we're going to be talking about 8 easy methods to keep up your Doordash earnings during the slow times, to keep them wheels turning even when it's slow. All right, so number one, we're going to go and jump right on into this thing. Number one is to keep a high acceptance rate and overall all your ratings. To all the maybe beginning dashers and maybe even some veteran dashers out there who do not know this, the best way to keep those wheels turning and keep that income up is keep those ratings higher. If you have a higher acceptance rate, I recommend between 87 to 93% acceptance rate. You can test it in your market to see where your sweet spot is, but I do recommend that as kind of a rule of thumb. Acceptance rates between 87 to 93%, and then I also will give you some room there to decline those bad orders. But the higher the completion rate and higher the customer rating also helps. Not only does it help with the quality of orders that you will get the higher paying orders, but also Doordash, also in slower times, you have higher priority over other dashers with lower ratings to get orders coming in. Not saying all the time they're going to be all these banging orders, but even if they're dollar per mile orders, you'll get priority over those people with the lower ratings out there. So again, in those slow times, you want to do everything to keep those wheels turning. And again, high acceptance rate anywhere between that 87 to 93%, and then also customer rating. You want to stay, I would say, at least probably around that 4.9 and up. And then, your completion rate, you want to have at least like a 95% completion rate. But again, you want to have that customer rating, that completion rate high as possible. And then that acceptance rate somewhere between that 87 to 93%. So you'll have some room to decline some of those bad orders. That's just how the algorithm is now. We just got to face it and adapt and work with the algorithm to put ourselves in the best possible position to get the best orders and also to keep our wheels rolling in those slow times. So yeah, that's number one. Keep that acceptance rate and overall ratings high as possible. Now, number two on this list is try out some other zones. Even maybe try out a close town. And see how it goes. I know me, in the beginning, I was working one zone in my town. That was the closest one to my house. I used to work that zone. It was a pretty decent zone, but then I would have these slow times sometime. And I'm like, man, I'm like sitting here 20 minutes, 30 minutes before I receive an order. So finally, I was like, well, man, let me try out another zone in my town. Yes, I had to travel 20 more minutes away from my house to get to that zone, but it definitely pays off. Now I go straight to that zone every day. I don't even work that other zone no more. It keeps me busier and it gives me higher orders. So yeah, guys, if you used to work in one zone, go try out another zone and see how it works. And if it pushes you over to another zone or another area, try out the pause method to try to get back to that zone. And if you're wondering what the pause method, it's a great thing to use. Check out my whole video about the pause method, how you'll do a delivery, hit pause, and then you go back so it doesn't send you another order. Don't complete your dash, don't end your dash, hit pause so you can get back to that other area. Or if it sends you to a rough area and you don't want to get stuck in that rough area, hit that pause. Like I said, I got a whole video on it about the pause method. But yeah, number two, look for try out a better zone in your town. Or you might even want, if the town is close enough to you, go travel to a whole nother town or city. If it's not crazy, far away, give it a try, see what happens. You won't know anything until you try it. Just like all the information I give you, before you prejudge anything I'm saying, hey, give it a try. You won't know if it will work for you in your town, but if it works, hey, you got a leg up. So yeah, that's number 2. Try out another zone if you're just sitting like crazy in the regular zone. All right. Number 3 is work the best times of the day. Work them dinner shifts. That anywhere between that 4:30 to 9 o'clock at night, depending on your town, may fall anywhere between in there. Work that dinner shift, work that lunch shift, that 11 to 2, and then maybe take off anywhere between that 2:30 to 4:30 times. But work them best shifts. And sometimes, some towns, the breakfast shift is better. And if that's the best shift in your town, make sure you're working that breakfast shift. If it's anywhere between that 7 to 11 a.m. in the morning, work that breakfast shift. Make sure you're working that breakfast shift. Now, that's very few towns. I've heard a few towns that have really great break. Most towns are okay, mediocre type towns when it comes to breakfast. But most of the time, it's that lunch and dinner that you're going to want to work. So yeah, guys, look for the best times of the day to work. Try the best to try to find those best times if your schedule permits. But just in case you don't know, that lunch and dinner, work the best times of the day, and you'll have a better chance, more potential to keep those wheels turning and get better offers. So, number 4, I know a lot of y'all don't want to do this, but you got to use it to your advantage. Working in bad weather. It may be pouring down in some states, and it may even be snowing. I know, hey, you might not want to work, but think about it. You might not want to work, and a whole bunch of other dashers might not want to work. Use that to your advantage. Now there's more orders out there to deliver, and if there's more orders out there to deliver, hey, it might be higher paying offers. Now, you got a lot of people who actually, hey, see it outside raining and be like, okay, I'm going to tip. I'm going to tip. I appreciate these guys coming out here in the rain. It's more dangerous. You might get wet, a lot more wet, delivering this food. So a lot more customers will put an extra tip on there for you. So, hey, it's a lot more orders because there's a lot less dashers out, and you got some customers who actually care about us and will tip more. Now, of course, you're always going to have those knuckleheads who are not going to tip no matter what. It could be hailing, snowing, everything, a tornado outside, and they're not going to tip you. But yeah, it's a lot more that will tip you during bad weather, and it's a lot less dashers. So that's a great time to get out there and dash when no one else is dashing, to keep those wheels turning. Now, number 5, hey guys, set a daily goal, stay positive, and if you have to, you're going to have to work longer to get that same income. But the main thing, if you set that goal, instead of just going out there and just working, you don't really have a goal in mind. Hey, set that goal, focus on that goal. Now you know you have a goal to reach, and just stay positive. Just stay positive. Don't let that negative energy creep in your mind. Just set that goal, stay positive, and just know, hey, you may have to work an hour more, 2 hours. You might have to work 3 hours more to reach that goal, but do not give up and go home, because that's when your money is going to stop. And in the overall, trying to maintain your Doordash earnings and reach those, say, weekly or monthly goals, you cannot go home. So, hey guys, set them goals, stay positive no matter what, and that'll help you stay out longer, and that'll help you maintain those earnings. So yeah, guys, just always preach, man. Stay positive, stay after them goals. So that's another one. Hey, just go ahead and set your mind. Set your mind, hey, I'm gonna have to stay out here longer. So go ahead and turn your music on, podcast, whatever you like to do. Hey, enjoy the time, learn some new education on something. Just use that time while you're sitting in the parking lot. Hopefully, after you watch this video of everything that I'm going to tell you today, hopefully, hey, it'll cut down on some of that wait time you have. But yeah, guys, number 6, do little things to get more tips. So with the orders you have, try to increase them like I do. With all my orders, I send a rhyme out. I send a breakfast, lunch, and dinner rhyme out to all my customers. Again, I got a whole video on how my rhymes increase my tips and my customer ratings. So go check out that video on my rhymes. And when I say rhymes, I mean rhyming words. I'll send them rhymes that words are rhyming, talking about me bringing them lunch, breakfast, and dinner. But yeah, do little things. Send them a meme. Get little stickers made with a nice little happy saying on there with your name. Just be creative. You want to be creative. Or go to my video, use my rhymes. I can tell you I've got screenshots where it helps my customer rating, and people have, my tips have increased from my rhymes. I got all that proof in the videos and screenshots that show it all. So you're welcome to use my rhymes or make up your own rhymes. But main thing is be creative. Take this, be creative on, how can I increase the tips from the customers that I am getting? So just first of all, think that way. Change your mindset. Think, how can I increase the revenues from the customers that I do get? In other words, how do I increase those tips? So come up with something creative and then test it. See how it goes. And hey, so yeah, guys, that's number 6. Number 7 goes back to high ratings. Now, you want high ratings this time because you want to be able to dash now. So you're going to want at least 70% or better to be in the platinum program. And if you're in the old top dasher program, that's fine. Make sure you have 70% or higher acceptance rate so you can dash now. If you're wondering what dash now, if you're a newer dasher, dash now is you can actually dash anytime you want without scheduling. Now, when you're under 70%, you can't dash now. You got to go by the schedule. And if the schedule's booked and you can't get in, that means you're not working. That means you're not maintaining those good old Doordash earnings. So get your ratings up high so you can dash now. And not only does it help with, now you can dash all day, anytime you want. It works great for that, but it also works great for in the instance of if you want to take a break during the day. If you are like, man, I'm sitting here, man, let me go and take an hour for myself, get something to eat and chill, or just take a breather, reset my mind to positivity and jump back in the game. You know, if you're scheduling, you can't do that. So if you hit that in, you're pretty much out of the game for the day until the next time it is for you to work. So try to keep those higher ratings so you can get that dash now and use it for your fare. And also you have the convenience of just be able to jump in and dash anytime you want, just throughout the week. But also, again, if you need to take a break, an hour break for yourself, and then jump back in the game when your mind is back right, because you kind of been sitting and things a little bit slower. So yeah, try to get those ratings higher for dash now. Now, number 8 and the last one, market trends in your town. What do I mean by market trends? Make sure you try to work when you know people have the most money in the month. Like in my town, I'm in a military town, so I'm always going to work when everybody has money, and that's usually between the 1st and the 8th, and somewhere between that 15th of the month and the 19th, where more military people will get paid. So look for the market trends in your town when people are getting paid. If you're in a town with a lot of factories or whatever it may be. Find out when these people get paid, or most people get paid every Friday. Find out when people get paid. If they get paid on Friday, that means you need to be working at least that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, maybe even that Thursday, because people will start spending their last little bit of money and knowing they're getting paid the next day. So find out when people get paid. Find out that trend, that market trend in your town, and find out when people get paid, because at that time it's going to be a lot more orders coming in and a lot more better orders coming in. So yeah, guys, that's the 8 things that you do to keep those DoorDash earnings coming in during slower times and keep them wheels moving. So as always, guys, I appreciate y'all stopping by. Please leave down in the comments your thoughts on the video, anything else that you do to keep your wheels turning, or any questions that you may have on anything. Just, hey, drop it down in the comment. And as always, guys, I want y'all to stay positive out here. Keep your eyes on those goals. Keep your head up. Keep believing in them goals, even when it's getting rough. Don't stop. Don't use that as an excuse to stop. Figure out how you're going to get around it. If you need a little bit more knowledge to get around that barrier, go find that knowledge. Hey, YouTube is full of knowledge. We're in the information age. You got knowledge all the way around you. It's easy. Go Google it. Find that knowledge to get around it. If somebody's stopping you from reaching your goals and they're not supporting you, guess what? You need to get them up out of your life, because you're trying to make the best you. And if they're steadily trying to stop you from being that, it might be tough, whoever it is, but hey, they need to go, man. They need to get on up out of your life, man, so you can go ahead and reach your goals and your dreams. And most importantly, don't get in front of your own goals. It's you versus you when you're trying to reach your goals. But as always, guys, I want y'all to be safe out here while y'all hustling. And you know, as always, one of the top most important things, keep getting this